Hey everyone, it's Crystal here. So, how do you deal with your resentment and how it stresses you out? And a lot of people don't mean or have some guilt or shame around resentment that they should even have this sense of feeling anyway. And resentment is one of those deep, personal, deep seated kinds of emotions where it does build up over time, over consistent action from whatever the circumstance may be or the person involved, and you just feel completely let down or disappointed, or maybe you've harbored some negative feelings and emotions towards them and their actions. And this is a normal human emotion to have, resentment, but it doesn't feel very good, feels very restricting, feels really heavy and uncomfortable. And it always, in my opinion, stirs up a lot of other emotions within. So, how do we deal with resentment? When you're resentful, just even thinking about the word already sends some signals throughout my own body, thinking about resentment and having this emotion. And there's a lot of issues that we experience through our lifetime. And it's understandable why people may have resentment towards someone, difficult feelings or but at the end of the day, they're not left holding the bag with whatever you feel towards them or however you feel. You're the one left holding the bag. Your resentment is in your bag. So rather than trying to get them to take accountability or responsibility for why you feel resentful towards them, or even really make them aware of the reason why, learn how to deal with the resentment for your own self, how it affects you, what kinds of emotions or feelings it creates in your body, in your life, and really work through it. Because sometimes even approaching individuals doesn't always allow us to feel better. It can further destroy the relationship. It can really cause lots of damage towards whatever the situation is. So sometimes we have to deal with the resentment on a more personal, individual level to ourselves. And so when you've had so much in your life that you've had to overcome or go through, resentment can pile on and it's about letting go. And I always was wondering what the concept of forgiveness was. And it's not really forgiving somebody for doing upon you, it's forgiving the fact that it even happened, the feelings that you have towards it. And it's more so doing it for yourself, that you forgive those actions, that you let them go, that you can still hold them accountable, but you don't have to hold the same feelings tied to that event that occurred. And this takes some inner strength in your own self to even want to do this, to even want to let resentment be a thing of the past and let these issues really remain in your past and not allow them to affect you as life goes on. And resentment is one of those things where once you make the decision, you can't go back on it. You make the decision and you go forward and you allow this to not be a part of your life. And you can shed so many negative emotions, so many negative fears, so many negative things tied to this resentment that you carry. It's very freeing and very liberating for the individual who's carrying around this resentment, i.e., you, and really come to some terms of peace for your own self. So you don't have to keep carrying the bag. I mean, it's your bag after all. Individuals will never take their bag, and if they do, then that's wonderful. If they're open-minded and willing because this relationship is so important to them, then that's great. But most of the time, I mean, I shouldn't really sum it up as that, but a lot of the times there isn't that kind of room for individuals to share opinions and thoughts, comments, and such. So sometimes you have to do this job yourself. It's just done on your terms of how to deal with it. So, really working at how your mind works. You have to hack your mind, hack your thoughts, and give it better thoughts. Give yourself some better ways of thinking so you don't have to stay in this repetitive pattern of resentful thoughts. You can have healthier thoughts. And when you have those healthier thoughts, they send better signals to your body, which then keeps us overall in a good state of health and wellness. But it's just up to you to allow resentment not to be a part of your life, not to control the way you socially interact with individuals, your dynamic with people, and also not control your life and the way you choose to live through it. And it's such a empowering way to be. And it doesn't mean that you're giving people excuses to be however they want or allow them to treat you however you want, but it's also allowing yourself to define your criteria of how you will be treated and what you need to feel resentful or even if you need that emotion anymore. You can start letting things like just pass by, not take them so seriously, or not allow them to affect you in a way where you become resentful. You can just bring a level of understanding to the situation, really deal with it on a basis where you will positively, gainfully get from this situation. So it's really about taking care of yourself when you're in this kind of situation where you find yourself in a resentful manner. It's about allowing yourself to release that resentment and redesign something that's better, more useful, more healthy in your life. So you don't have to carry this bag on. You can drop it off and put some new things in life, some nicer, more pleasant, more reasonable things in place and really allow yourself to gain the power of letting go, gain the power of forgiveness, and really allow yourself to not be burdened by this kind of emotion. So I hope you're able to get some value out of that today. I'll see you soon.